Hello, hello. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to be talking about the three lies that you are telling yourself about Facebook ads that are keeping you from making a lot more money in your business. So, if you are really curious about Facebook ads, but you're hesitant, you are talking yourself out of it, maybe you're believing some of these lies, you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention and that you are sticking around to the last one because the last one is something that I see a lot. And I want to make sure that y'all fully understand why these things are lies, myths, whatever you want to call them. And so, yeah, I'm super excited to talk about that today. But before I jump in, if you are curious about what you need to have in place before you start running ads or before you put your sales on autopilot, then you definitely want to make sure that you check out my workshop, How to Exponentially Increase Your Sales with Facebook and Instagram Ads. That workshop is packed with all the things you need to know in order to start running your business and in order to put your sales on autopilot or to increase the amount of leads that you're getting, and really to be making sure that your Facebook ads are actually generating revenue for you or actually generating high quality leads. So if you are curious about Facebook ads and you want to know what is the roadmap and what is the framework, what's the process, then you definitely want to make sure that you go watch my workshop called it's at stacyzeal.co/maximize. That's STACYZEAL.co/maximize. And that is going to give you all the ins and outs of Facebook and Instagram ads for your business. So make sure that you're watching the workshop if you are curious about running ads and all that kind of good stuff. All right, let's jump into these lies. So these three lies are lies that I hear all the time that I get from people who are, whether they're new in business or seasoned in business, all the things. I get this from people all the time. And what I want to tell y'all is that these three lies are definitely keeping you from making a lot more money. If you're believing these things, it's definitely keeping you from making a lot more money. So let's talk about lie number one. So lie number one is that running ads is complicated. Let me tell you, it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. We only make it complicated if we need to. Yes, there are tons and tons and tons of things that you can do within Business Manager. There are so many things that you can do with Facebook ads. However, the vast majority of what you're going to be doing is either running sales campaigns or running lead generation campaigns. And really, Facebook ads, being successful with Facebook ads boils down to creating ads that connect with people, that capture their attention. It boils down to setting your ads up correctly or setting your campaigns up correctly to get the result that you want. And it involves sending people to a funnel that converts, or sending people on a journey to convert them from cold traffic to warm traffic. So if you have those three things down, if you know how to create ads that connect, you know how to technically set them up correctly, and you make sure that you are sending them to a place that actually warms them up and moves them to purchase, then you're going to be golden. Then it doesn't have to be, you don't have to feel like it's complicated, because it really is not complicated. You don't need 6 funnels. You don't need 200 different audiences to test. I see people all the time running ads that are like, oh, here are 200 different audiences that you can try when you're targeting with Facebook ads. And a lot of people tell me that the tech or the audience selection is what really trips them up. But let me tell you, you don't need to be testing tons and tons of audiences. You really need to find that core, like 1 to 3 audiences that really, really convert and work well for you. And in my course, Maximize with Ads, I give my students a list of 10 audiences to try. 10 different targeting options to try. Why? Because again, you don't need 200. You don't need all of this vast, long list of targeting. And a variety of reasons for that, because of just platform changes, because of iOS 14. And I explain all this in my course about why you really need to take the complication out of figuring out what your audience targeting is going to be. Your audience targeting should be fairly broad, and your creative should be more focused on, should be helping you to find the right people. So as long as as I mentioned, you're investing in getting the right creative and have the right messaging infused in that creative, you're setting them up correctly, technically, and you are sending them to a place that can actually warm them up, like your funnel or your customer journey, whether that's your webinar, whether it's your lead magnet, whatever it is, to get them on your email list so that you can warm them up, then you are good to go. So it doesn't have to be complicated. And honestly, I give you a complete walkthrough of the tech setup in module 1 of my course. And the reason I have it there in module 1 is because once you set up, you don't have to worry about it again. So I want you to be able to release yourself from thinking that it has to be complicated. It really does not. I promise you that it is not as complicated as you are thinking it is. Because once you start to get them set up correctly, once you start to create your ads, when you start to get the data and the signals, then then it'll tell you how to move. The data always tells you how to move. So make sure that you are not fooling yourself by thinking that it has to be overwhelming and complicated. As long as you have the right strategy and the right setup, you're going to be good to go. Okay, lie number 2. So that's first one, that ads are complicated. They're really not. Please release that from your mind. Lie number 2 is that they are time consuming. Let me tell you, what is time consuming? Creating 17 reels and having to post and having to create all these different reels. What's time consuming? Having to create tons and tons of blog posts, tons and tons of podcast episodes, having to promote all those things. That is time consuming. Ads actually give you your time back, which is one of the beautiful things about them. It gives you your time back because you can take one piece of amazing content, one lead magnet, one webinar, one podcast episode, one blog post, and you can run ads to that. And that will then help to get people into your funnel, get people on your email list, and gets people into your world. So it doesn't have to be time consuming. Ads will give you your time back. And honestly, if you have 1 to 2 hours a week to dedicate to looking at your ads, then you'll be fine to go. And honestly, once your ads start to stabilize and once your performance starts to stabilize, you won't need 1 to 2 hours a week. I have a client who's running ads now, and I jump in and check her ads once a week. She's getting 300 new quality leads to her list a week. And when we started, she was only getting like 12 leads a week. And, we started to do some testing over time, but she's now getting 300 leads a week. And so how much effort would it take for you organically to get 300 new people onto your list? That is time consuming. Ads give you your time back. So I want you to stop thinking that you're spending that ads are going to take away from your time. Yes, it's going to take some time to learn what you're doing. Yes, it's going to take some time to test and figure out what works and what doesn't. I'm not saying that it's going to take you no time, but what I'm saying is that if you're thinking that it's going to encompass all of your time, then you are mistaken. It's really not, doesn't take as much time as you think to really be able to start to get the results, because the algorithm is doing all the heavy lifting and doing all the work. Once you actually put yourself in a place where you are being intentional with what you're testing, you're being intentional with what you're doing, you're only focusing on the metrics and the key performance indicators that are moving the needle in your business. You're only focused on creating campaigns that are moving the needle for your business. That is how you buy your time back, right? Like, you're using Facebook ads to buy your time back. And honestly, in my course, I create tools like, using campaign briefs to help improve your workflow, using templates, using scripts to help you to help you speed along what you're doing. So that way you have a starting point, and using tools like AI and all these different things to help you to have a starting point with your ads, so that it doesn't take you as much time. And so really, that's the benefit when you buy a course and when you invest in the shortcut. I give you the roadmap to shortcut the time. So that way the time that it takes for you to put your efforts in and to start to see results comes back, it gets dramatically shorter. Right? You're not having to search around on YouTube to figure out how to install a pixel. You're not having to search around on Google to try to figure out what audiences you should be testing. I give you all of that in the actual course so that it shortcuts your time. All right, so that's lie number 2, is that Facebook ads are time consuming. They will buy your time back. When you are intentional and you put the effort in, it starts to buy your time back. And then the last lie is that they're expensive. This is something that I hear all the time. People say, like, I need $10,000 to start spending on ads, or I can't, invest in them, or, I have to wait until I have this exorbitant amount of money to be able to lose, per se, in order for me to be successful. But Facebook ad platform is probably one of the most flexible ad platforms out there when it comes to budgeting. Your budget does not have to be super high. You do not have to start with $10,000 in order to be successful. Whether you're starting with $10,000 or you're starting $5, you still have to be intentional with what you're doing, and you still have to make sure that you're receiving the signals that the ad platform is giving you in order for you to be successful. And so again, I don't want you to think that you need to start at $10,000 or that you need to hold until you have $10,000, because you're missing out on all of the leads and sales that you could be getting when you are, investing that $500, you're investing that $1,000, you're investing that, $5,000 a month, whatever you have. So really don't think that it's time consuming. I mean, that it's going to be super expensive. I recommend people start out with a $500 minimum budget. That is what I think that you're going to need per month to be to a minimum per month to be successful. But you can start with $250 a month. You can start with $5 a day. It's something that I recommend starting at least $15 a day. You can run ads for a short period of time. You can say, I want to run ads, for 2 weeks before my launch and then the week of my launch, and that's it. And I only want to spend $500 for this. Facebook ads are very, very flexible when it comes to budget. You can just turn stuff off. I was just just jumping into my ads right now and turning some things off that are not working so that budget is being spent more efficiently. And really, what I'm seeing is that you're afraid of starting to put some money in and not seeing the immediate ROI, right? And it's really keeping you from being successful, because if you were to just understand that I may not see this ROI right away, but getting 100 more people onto my email list is a benefit for me. Getting 100 more people to show up for my launch is a benefit for me, because I can understand that my conversion rate is X%. If your conversion rate is 50% and you get an extra 100 people into your masterclass and to your launch, and you convert 50 of them, how much money would you be making on that? Right? You got to do the calculations, you do the math. I give you calculators and all those things to help you to figure that stuff out. But really, it's about being intentional and committing to the process, because all ads are a process. They're a long-term strategy. They're a way to amplify your business. They're a way to take your business to the next level, but it is a long-term payoff. That is the way that I teach my students, is that you look at it as a long-term strategy. And so my course, Maximize with Ads, it saves you time, it saves you money, and it makes it a hell of a lot simpler by giving you the exact guide to success. So that's really what the goal of is the course, is that I walk you through how to set up your tech correctly. I walk you through how to set up your conversion events, all that stuff, so that you can get that knocked out in the beginning. I give you the scripts. I give you the templates. I tell you what audiences to test, because a lot of people are telling me I'm, stuck because I don't know what audiences I need to test or who I need to target with Facebook ads. Take the complication out of it, right? I give you the actual audiences to test. I give you everything that you need to create ads that attract high quality leads and sales 24/7. I give you the exact steps to create a lot more volume into your business. I give you the exact steps to save time and to make a lot more money using these ads. So if you know that ads are on your radar, they're on your roadmap for this year, and you really want to know how to layer Facebook ads into what you're already doing, or how you can use Facebook ads to save you time, make you more money, and protect your precious CEO energy, then I definitely want to invite you to go watch my workshop called Maximize Your Money. So head over to stacyzeal.co/maximize. Let me put the link up here so y'all can see that again. But head over to stacyzeal.co/maximize. That's where you can watch my workshop. And I tell you the exact process and all the steps that it's going to take for you to actually start to infuse a lot more money into your business, how to take things to the next level. Because that's really what we're doing with Facebook ads. We're taking your best messages and we're getting in front of a hell of a lot more people. So go to stacyzeal.co/maximize to watch the workshop. Send me a DM if you have any questions about the workshop or any questions about the course, because I definitely want to make sure that, if this is a good fit for you, then you get in here and you start to really make this money. Because the biggest thing you can do, the worst thing you can do, is delay your success thinking that, it's overcomplicated, thinking that it's going to cost you a whole lot of money, and thinking that you can't figure it out, because you absolutely can figure it out. You absolutely can start to see success with it. So I encourage you to go take the first step by watching the workshop, so that you understand all of the things you need to have in place before you invest in ads, so that you can be the most successful. All right, that's what I got for y'all today. Those were the 3 lies about Facebook ads that are keeping you from making a lot more money. The first one was that it's overcomplicated, and that it's not easy to understand. The second one, that it was time consuming. And then the third one was that it's going to be super expensive. It's none of those things. It's not super complicated. It's time consuming, and it's not super expensive. It actually gives you your time back and makes you a lot more money, and it takes things to the next level. So that's what I got for y'all today. I hope that this was helpful. Make sure that you are following the show or subscribed on the platform that you're listening on. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram and all the things, so that you can make sure that you keep up for when we post a lot of content about the course and ads and all of that, how to be successful, how to take your business to the next level. So that's what I got for y'all today. I will talk to y'all later.